Next up on my Steam library we've got Dispatcher. Dispatcher is a first-person survival horror. It's set on an abandoned spaceship. It's one of those games where you spend all your time running around through dark corridors with a flashlight, avoiding monsters, not really knowing what you're doing or where you're going. That's basically the best summing up I can give it. You start the game by picking one of a few different classes to play. Scientist, engineer, pilot was a few of them I remember. They've all got different stats, but I don't know what difference these stats make once you're in the game. And once you're in, you're basically running around or walking around, crawling around dark corridors in this spaceship, basically just trying to find your way out. It's basically a maze, a corridor maze game that you've got to avoid the monsters, and there's a few things to find and pick up along the way. Pills if you've taken any damage from the environment, batteries to keep your flashlight powered, and like PDAs that give you some text that give you some backstory about what's gone on. But if you get caught by one of the monsters, you're dead. No ifs, ands or buts. There's no fighting, no combat. If you get caught by one of the monsters, you're a goner. And it's a roguelike kind of game. If you're dead, you just have to start again. There's no checkpoints, there's no saves. So death means restarting the map. They're not particularly big maps, and they are designed to be done in one life. And so that it's totally possible to do that one. You just have to be careful, and you've always got to evade and avoid the monsters. Can't afford to get caught by one. I eventually got out by finding an escape pod once I'd unlocked the door that I needed to find a key card for, and it didn't turn out to be a very happy ending, because I got told after I blasted myself out to space in this escape pod that my chances of being found before my oxygen ran out were like 0.0004%. So chances are I'm going to be floating around in this escape pod until the end of my days. So not a very happy ending. I don't know if there's any other endings you can get that are better than that. But that's what I found. That's the ending I got. I'm not very motivated to play it anymore. Now I've just got done through that. That only took me like just less than an hour to do that, and I don't think I want to play it again or any more of the there's a few different maps you can play. I don't really want to play any of the others. It's not particularly good. There's very few options, very few settings you can change or anything like that. No instructions or tutorial or hint system. You're just left alone in the dark to find your way out of this spaceship. So that's Dispatcher. I'd say give it a miss, and unless you're a real hardcore survival horror fan,